On the happiest day of his life, a single sentence from his little girl stopped everything. The music faded, the bride froze, and a widowed rancher was forced to face a truth he had buried for years. What did she see that no one else could? The sun hung low over the golden ranch, painting everything in soft amber light. Guests laughed, glasses clinked, and a gentle breeze carried the scent of wildflowers across the open field. It was supposed to be a perfect day. Daniel Hayes stood at the altar, his boots planted firmly in the dirt he had worked his entire life. A man known for strength, silence, and survival. Years ago, he had buried his wife, and with her, a part of himself. Today, he was trying to begin again. Beside him stood Clara, the woman who had patiently stepped into his broken world. She was kind, gentle, and had done everything she could to love not just him, but his little daughter too. But love doesn't replace memories. And memories don't stay buried. 6-year-old Lily sat quietly in the front row, her small hands gripping the edge of her white dress. Her wide eyes watched everything carefully, not with excitement, but with a strange, searching curiosity. The ceremony began. The music softened. Clara started walking down the aisle, her dress flowing behind her like a dream. Daniel lifted his gaze, and for a moment, his breath caught. Something felt familiar. Not wrong. Just unsettling. Then, a tiny voice broke the silence. "Daddy." Lily stood up slowly, her voice trembling just enough to make every head turn. "Daddy, she looks like Mommy." The world stopped. The music cut off mid-note. Clara froze in place, her smile fading into confusion. Daniel's heart slammed against his chest. "What did you say?" he whispered, his voice tight. Lily pointed, her small fingers shaking. "She looks like Mommy, the same eyes, the same smile, even the way she walks." A murmur spread through the guests. Daniel's mind spiraled. It couldn't be. He had spent years trying to forget the pain, trying to move forward, but now his daughter had just dragged the past into the middle of his future. He turned to Clara, studying her face more closely. The way her eyes softened, the way she tilted her head, the way her smile curved ever so slightly to one side. Things he hadn't noticed before, or maybe didn't want to notice. "Daniel," Clara said softly, her voice unsure. "What's happening?" But he couldn't answer. Because for the first time, he wasn't sure if this wedding was a new beginning, or a mistake built on something he didn't understand. That night, the ranch was quiet. Too quiet. The wedding never finished. Guests had left in whispers, confusion hanging in the air like dust after a storm. Daniel sat alone on the wooden porch, staring into the darkness. Lily's words echoed in his mind again and again. "She looks like Mommy." At first, he thought it was just a child's imagination. Grief playing tricks. But deep down, something didn't sit right. Clara stepped outside slowly, wrapping a shawl around herself. "You've been avoiding me," she said gently. Daniel didn't look at her. "Why didn't you tell me?" he asked. Her brows furrowed. "Tell you what?" He finally turned, his eyes filled with confusion and pain. "That you remind me of her, that you look like her, that even my daughter sees it." Clara hesitated. And that hesitation said everything. "I didn't think it mattered," she admitted quietly. Daniel stood up. "It matters when I don't know if I chose you, or if I was chasing a ghost." The words hit hard. Clara's eyes filled with tears. "I never tried to replace her," she said. "I know I can't. I just loved you." And Lily. Silence stretched between them. His heart skipped. "What?" "I worked in the same town clinic," she continued. "She used to come in, she talked about you all the time. About your ranch. About Lily." Daniel's world tilted. "She inspired me," Clara whispered. "Her strength, her love, it stayed with me. And when I met you years later, I didn't even realize why you felt so familiar." The truth hit him all at once. This wasn't replacement. This wasn't coincidence. This was connection. Not between Clara and his wife, but between all three of them. Lily stepped out quietly, barefoot, holding her small blanket. "I didn't mean to ruin everything," she said softly. Daniel's heart broke. He knelt down, pulling her into his arms. "You didn't ruin anything," he whispered. "You showed me something I needed to see." He looked up at Clara. Not as a shadow of his past, but as someone who carried a piece of it forward. Not replacing love, but continuing it. He stood, walked toward her slowly, and this time, there was no confusion in his eyes. "Maybe that's why you're here," he said. "Not to take her place, but to remind me how to love again." Clara's tears fell, but she smiled. And this time, it felt real. The next morning, under the same golden sky, they stood together again. No pressure. No ghosts. Just truth. Just love. And as Lily held both their hands, she smiled and said, "Mommy would be happy now." Sometimes, love doesn't come to replace what was lost. It comes to remind us that love never truly leaves. It just finds a new way to stay. If today's story touched your heart, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And remember, even a small act of kindness can change someone's entire life. Red Heart.